What up, hotheads? I'm Henry, and this is Blaze the Roof. This week, we're reviewing a sauce named Señor Lechuga .718. A little bit about Señor Lechuga. It was founded in 2017 by one Nico Lechuga, who's also the head of product. And I don't know if she's his wife, but she's his partner, Lauren Costenza, who's the head of brand. And they also have children together. This company actually has a partnership already with Hot Ones. That's how I found out about them. And they also have a partnership with Shake Shack. Essentially, Nico wanted to have a clean hot sauce with good heat. I guess clean means good quality ingredients. Maybe not a bunch of junk in there. No sugar, and therefore clean, right? The numbers all represent something different. So their first few sauces are 0.001, 0.002, 0.003. This one is 0.718, which 718 is the area code for New York City, which this is out of. Speaking of New York City, right, of course, used to be New Amsterdam. Famous people, there's a bevy of famous people, but right off the top of my head, Spike Lee is one of them. Of course, people like Run DMC, blah, blah, right? So let's now look at the packaging. So the package, I'm into minimalism. This is like really minimalist. I mean, there's like Philip Glass minimalism. You let the sauce speak for itself. Instead of having a really gaudy logo, they just went with a blank, pretty much a clean slate label with like a typewriter font. And then they include the batch and bottle number out of it. It's pretty cool. I mean, it says it's born in Brooklyn. We're going to claim New York City, right? But so the ingredients in this include vinegar, ghost peppers, red bell peppers, guajillo peppers, pasilla peppers, red onion, Himalayan sea salt, garlic, black lime, sweet paprika, royal cinnamon, none of that commoner peasant shit, and buffalo ginger. First buffalo wings, now buffalo ginger. Interesting. The ingredient I actually want to talk about is the pasilla. Now, I have talked about dried chilies in Mexican culture. A chili pepper, when it's smoked and dried, becomes something else, right? Jalapeno becomes chipotle. Poblano becomes ancho. So pasilla is a dried version of the chilaca pepper. Basically, you could use it whole or basically grind it down. So you could, what I do with dried peppers is usually, boil them in water, rehydrate them, and then blend them up. But you could also just grind them up into a powder and use them that way. They are usually either a dark brown or even black. And pasilla in Spanish means little raisin. Although it doesn't look like a little raisin, but again, it's dark, it's dry, wrinkled, a little raisin. Although it's bigger than a raisin. It's interesting. And pasilla is part of the holy trinity of Mexican peppers, which includes guajillo, ancho, and of course, pasilla. All right, so before we get any further though, let's hear from this week's sponsor. To keep up with an ever-changing world, we at National Geographic needed to make a change. We've teamed up with Pornhub to bring you the content you really crave. Porn from across the world. Presenting National Pornographic. We have features and documentaries on the porn stars and directors from various parts of the world. Our award-winning photography is now capturing up-close moments. Our stories will still dive into science, culture, and the history of porn. We will still publish in all 31 languages we currently print in, but face it, porn needs no language. National Pornographic. Get in deep with our content. Now for the moment of truth. Oh, I forgot to mention that on the wrapping on this was actually matte black, which is a really nice touch. I really like that instead of the shiny black. I guess I smell cinnamon in this. Mixed with the Mexican peppers, right? Because they're smoked. It's a nice deep red, which you would expect from having guajillo in there. This looks a little bit like what you would see like a traditional red sauce, maybe a little bit darker. Especially if you use like ancho or pasilla. It just looks like an enchilada sauce, but I don't anticipate this is going to taste like one. The addition of the ginger to that's kind of interesting. Ginger's not typically a Mexican ingredient, but hey, let's try this out. Here we go. Cheers. All right. First of all, it's a medium heat, so I give this a middleweight. It does clock in at 67,000 SHUs. So you can't taste the cinnamon in it really that much. Don't really taste ginger either, so I'm kind of wondering what functions those had in the sauce. It's a really damn good flavor though. It really showcases the chilies, and the burn comes from the ghost pepper, which is in the back of the tongue. Comes a little bit later in. So I did have a little bit of citrus flavor in it, but just a touch. It's a very good sauce. What would I use this on? I would use this on chicken. You know, if I had enchiladas, this has actually got a little bit of kick. I mean, I think you could put it on like any type of Mexican type dishes, chilaquiles, things to that effect. Maybe even use it as to put on tostadas. It's not thick enough to be a salsa, obviously, but it's still, something you could just put on top of, or put it on a bowl of tostadas. If you're one of those people, right? Yeah, it's a buy. It's a good sauce. It's got a really great clean flavor, minus the little clumps in, but that wasn't like anything major. You taste the Mexican peppers, and then you get the nice heat that rounds it out with a little bit of citrus. And again, there's not anything like the cinnamon or the ginger isn't cutting through too much. So I guess maybe it counteracts the vinegar, or I don't know, I'm not sure exactly what the purpose is, but it's not too vinegary of a sauce. So yeah, well balanced. It's a great sauce. I would say buy it. I actually want to try out some of his other sauces now. So next week, I'll be reviewing a sauce named Korean's Cuisine No. 5 Indian. Until then, I'm Henry, and remember, spice up your life. Take care.